Hey guys, what's up? Shadowlands back with another commentary. Today I wanted to sort of beat an old bush, actually. I have a topic that I wanted to bring up that I had a commentary, actually a two-part commentary on before, but I think a lot of the idea didn't get across, and also I wanted to get onto new topics today and new points of the topics, so I think it's important to go over Nexon's nerfing strategy again. I wanted to talk about what they do to nerf weapons, and the reason weapons get worse when their stats don't exactly change, and new weapons aren't released, and you can't really see what goes on, so I wanted to explain a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes. So the number one way that they lower things are lowering the stats you can't see, spread recovery, and damage drop-off specifically. However, there are a few other things like changing the recoil pattern, and I'll give you a couple of examples of these each. The best example of spread recovery and damage drop-off is the KNT and JNG nerf. The KNT, when it first came out, as many of you know, was the tank killer. It was perfectly accurate, very fast spread recovery, which means that the recoil never really got super high, and it got back to being perfectly accurate very quickly so that you could fire as many shots as you wanted and they would all be perfectly accurate, which obviously made the gun very overpowered while it was out, and it could very well compete with a lot of other guns like the TP21 Master and other NX rares. However, the damage drop-off was also nerfed when the JNG came out, and the whole reason they did this was so that they could sell one and then the other. Everyone's favorite KNT was nerfed, and people would have to buy the JNG to get the equivalent weapon back. Now, the JNG was superior to the KNT in all ways, although the KNT still has slightly more damage than the JNG, therefore Nexon can still sell some KNTs. This is all part of their marketing strategy. When they nerf the KNT, everyone wants to buy the JNG so that they can get more money off of a new weapon in order to replace an old one. This was very popular with the SMG line that came out from 2011 to 2012, beginning with the T2 and ending with the Magpul. Now, a lot of these SMGs, they were given very slight buffs and nerfs when they gave new weapons and new variants that came out. For example, the Barapi came out right before the Magpul, and at the time that it came out, when Oil Rig was really new, it had a very fast fire rate that trumped every other SMG in the game, had very good damage and minimal recoil. However, when the Magpul came out, it had even better stats than what the Barapi had, and the Barapi was also nerfed a bit. However, the Barapi has slightly better damage drop-off than the Magpul, so there is still a plausible reason why you would want to buy the Barapi. However, it does have higher recoil, and the fire rate is still fine, obviously, but the recoil pattern was slightly changed, so it's a little bit harder to control, and the damage drop-off was slightly nerfed. Although the Magpul has really good damage drop-off, the Barapi still beats it in that category. The same thing with the KNT and JNG. They did not have a recoil pattern change per se because they are bolt-action snipers and that doesn't really matter, but the spread recovery on the KNT was drastically nerfed, and it really couldn't, compete with the JNG after that, which had a much faster spread recovery and actually an overall higher accuracy as well. Not to mention the TRGSE size magazine of 10 shots per mag. Really high accuracy, really high damage, and very high magazine capacity, which was really big on the gun at the time. And the damage drop-off was still really good, so you could still get one-shot kills across Kill Creek. And they would release a new variant, similar weapon, and that's just how the whole marketing strategy would work. That's how Nexon makes their money. So that's basically how Nexon's nerfing strategy works. They'll lower things you can't see, and that's why it's best when a new weapon that you've never seen in the game before, another weapon like it has never been released, comes out, you should never buy it. You should wait another couple of months and see if they release a better version of it. That's almost always the case and has been since the game was released. Hope you guys enjoy this little commentary, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Shadowlands out.